Hello everybody, and we are now heading into the off-season for our second year. We'll be doing the off-season and the pre-season for our third year here. We're looking at the bowl season players of the week. Of course, there's multiple weeks in bowl season, so we're just kind of going through and looking at them all here. Obviously, I think there's like 5. They have 5 different weeks in the game anyway. So, yeah. And there we'll take a look at all the bowl results. And, you know, if you guys, have your teams or whatever, you can see how they did. Or if you're just curious, be sure to pause the video if you really want to get a deep look at the results. I generally leave enough time for pausing the video, but not for reading it while it's on there. As you can see, Ohio State is the national champion in 2013, which actually, that could happen. They could very well contend. I hope that doesn't happen, but they are a very good team, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were contending for the championship next year. Obviously this year they were prevented from doing so due to sanctions. But anyway, conference finishes here, obviously. Not a whole lot has really changed since the last time I showed it, but thought I'd just show you guys anyway how things stacked up in year 2. And just in case you're wondering, you may want to check the description, because I will be putting time indicators in there to, if you want to skip around, or if there's certain parts of the off-season that you don't care about, you can skip past those. I know not everybody likes these kinds of things, and, it's understandable. It's a little bit of a slower pace to how things are kind of shaking out here, but I know there are people that are curious about conference standings and stats and all that stuff. I am, so I like to provide it to those people, and we'll give the option of skipping to those who do not want to see these parts of the video. So, with that said, and I'm running out of breath for no reason at all, not even talking fast, at least it doesn't seem like it, but yeah. I did get a comment from somebody saying that, and let me see, you know what, this video is going to be a lot of just me talking about things while you guys can take a look at all the stats and stuff. If I can find that comment. So if you'll excuse me, excuse me while I try and find the comment, which I may not be able to because I don't remember what video it was posted to. Oh, here we go. Jared Vigil. He says, I know that you are making WKU very well, but I believe if you get an offer from a 5 or 6 star school, you should take it. That's not a bad idea, but I do want to run with Western Kentucky as long as I can in this dynasty. I did receive an offer from South Carolina, but I declined because I want to stay at Western Kentucky. And I might have decided to move if I didn't like the team or the players that I had. But I really like the team that I've got, and I really like how things are shaping up in this dynasty, so I wanted to stay with them. And so yeah, I see where you're coming from, and it's certainly an option I considered, but I do want to stay with the Hilltoppers as long as I can in this dynasty. However long that may be. We're looking at Season 3. We're looking at the stats here, the final season stats. Keyshawn Simpson had, I believe, finished his career with 2,500 yards, 23 touchdowns rushing. We're going to miss him. He's obviously a senior, and he'll be leaving, but we've got John Evans, Marquise Sumler, Oliver Head returning next year. A really good solid amount of backs are returning next year. So we're going to miss the power that Simpson brings, but we've got some speedy guys. So we'll see how that shapes up. And yeah, receiving, obviously German was the big target this year, 36 receptions. And there, that all shapes up. But anyway, as I was going to say, I'm really trying to get a lot more content done, get a lot more videos done and put together, and get them uploaded so you guys have more frequent uploads. I'm really trying, guys. It's been a little busy with the holidays, and I wanted to spend time with family and such, and we got a new cat the other day, and so that's a new distraction. And on top of that, I work full-time, work 40 hours plus a week, so you know, each day coming home from work, the videos are not always the first thing that I think of that I need to get done. So I just want to ask for a little bit of patience, guys. I'm really trying. Just understand that I am a little bit busy and YouTube isn't my priority necessarily, but I do want to get more out to you guys. I'm really working on more videos, and it's not just these videos. Whoops, I just bumped the microphone. I'll probably edit that out, because my main videos are my Let's Play videos, and I want to get more and more of those out. Because really, originally, that's where I started in YouTube. I'm a Let's Player. This series originally was going to be a much less uploaded series, and it's become very popular with a lot of my viewers, and so I've been trying to work to get these out more and more because I know you guys really enjoy this, and I enjoy playing it, so, you know, it goes both ways. We both enjoy it equally, so, it's just, it does take a lot more time to edit these videos compared to my Let's Plays, and I've said that a lot of times. So I appreciate, you know, all the support and all the patience that you guys have with me. Season 3 starting, I really want to get going, rolling with these videos. You should probably expect week 1 of Season 3 to go up within a day or two after this one going up. And yeah, that's going to be a good video. Trust me, you'll want to see that one. The season opener, it's pretty exciting. So it's a good game. I'm just going to leave it at that. But you guys will enjoy it as much as I enjoyed playing it. It was fun. And here we go. Penalties are always skewed because you can never get... there aren't a lot of penalties called when you're playing the game. So if you simulate it, you'll get realistic penalty numbers, but you know how that goes. And there's players leaving. Keyshawn Simpson and Hendricks Brakefield, our punter. You guys didn't see him because they don't show a lot of punts, but he's a pretty good punter. Tyree Robinson, Arias Wright, Kadeem Jones, Xavier Boyd. I mean, these guys are pretty big time playmakers. Andrew Jackson, Keontae Young. Pettijohn was pretty low on the depth chart. He wasn't that great of a receiver, so you didn't see him a lot, but some of these guys, you know. Sean Conway, pretty good center. Gonna miss him. Obviously, the offensive line doesn't get a lot of credit, which they really should. But here you can see our final commits on signing day. The 46th ranked recruiting class in the country. 2 4-stars, 13 3-stars, 4 2-stars, 4 1-stars. We nabbed a receiver, 4-star receiver Brendan Hunter, late in the recruiting period. And this guy's pretty awesome, and I'm pretty excited to see what he brings to the table. But here's our conference layout. I really mixed up the Big East a little bit here, due to the fact that they're losing Rutgers, they're losing Syracuse and Pitt, who are in the ACC. let me just say, and Rutgers and Maryland went to the Big Ten. These changes, some of them are true to what's going to happen in real life. Some of them are just changes that I decided to make. FIU and North Texas, they will be going to Conference USA. I moved UMass out of the MAC and into the Big East. That makes more sense to me. I moved BYU to the Mountain West. Pac-12 remains the same. SEC remains the same. Sunbelt gets Louisiana Tech, Texas State, both from the WAC, and then Tulane from the Conference USA. Lost North Texas and FIU. In the WAC, I put Fresno and Boise, and I believe San Diego State maybe from the Mountain West back to the WAC. Or, well, Boise and Fresno used to be in the WAC. I'm not sure about San Diego, but now you're kind of seeing the redshirting, and I recruited a good number of receivers this year because if you look at the number of seniors that we have at receiver this year, I like to always make sure I recruit ahead, so it's good, you can use that year to redshirt when you have your seniors, and then by the time the next year comes, you got a guy who's ready and good to go to replace those seniors. So always good to recruit ahead if you can, especially in a year that's coming up. I'm also going to be recruiting ahead because we're very low in depth at offensive line, and luckily this game offensive linemen do not get injured like ever in this game, so we kind of luck out in that sense. But I'm going to be recruiting this season for some offensive linemen. And I lost my train of thought because, oh yeah, our team needs this season are very low. I think we just need like a cornerback and a kicker as far as the big losses that we're having after this season. But I'm also going to be filling our depth at offensive line. I pretty much got a good number of receivers for next year. I may recruit 1 or 2 more receivers this year just to kind of keep that flow going in, and making sure we have our players progress naturally. And it's always tough to have starting freshmen who are low rated. It's always good to redshirt those guys and get them going. I don't really like starting freshmen a lot, but when you have good guys like Brendan Hunter and John Cruz. Yeah, here's our schedule. At Kansas State, home against Virginia Tech, and then Vanderbilt are our non-conference games. You could pause the video back there and see the rest of the conference schedule, but I think it's pretty obvious. So here a little bit of a look at our depth chart. We've got pretty good depth at halfback. Fowler is kind of iffy. He may need some time to develop to get up on the depth chart, but I'm excited. Brendan Hunter, the freshman, will be our 3rd wide receiver, so look out for him. He should be fun to watch. And Rocky Suggs, I love that name for a tight end. Rocky Suggs, I recruited that guy. And here we're kind of working out the depth on our offensive line, which is just a little bit thin this year, which I hate. I really hate being thin at any position. I would like to have some depth. We don't have to have like 5 guys deep at each position because, first of all, it's not possible in this game because of roster size. But I like having each position to have at least 1 guy behind, if not 2, in the depth chart. But anyway. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this season. I'm excited about the first game at Kansas State. It should be tough. They're a tough team, especially in their own stadium. I was looking at their roster, and they've got a receiver. He's got like 99 rating speed. He's like a speed demon. Their quarterback's got like a 90 speed. He's really fast. So they're going to be a very speedy team. Maybe tough to beat. So, but I schedule games like that. The game against Virginia Tech, I wanted some challenging games. Plus, our strength of schedule was horrible, so I had to fill the non-conference games with some tough ones to help us if we can actually maybe win one or two of those games. If we do as well as we did in year 2 in our conference schedule, maybe looking at a BCS bowl. I'm not going to make the Sun Belt an automatic qualifier because they're not deserving of it. Plus, I want to be able to try and bust the BCS. Like that's the fun part. Is, you know, can we actually make a BCS bowl without being an automatic qualifier? It's very difficult to do. And we're gonna have to play a pretty much perfect season if we want that. But that's what I like. I like challenges, and yeah. So you're kind of checking out our last little depth chart moves here. John Evans will be the returner, although he's not going to be that way for the first game, just so you know. But next time we will be playing at Kansas State, so I will see you all in week 1. Or week 2, I guess.